Okay. Are we going?
Let's
Is this
do
the
it.
start of the
Hello.
Whoa!
Cold
Hey,
opening.
it's great to be back in this little rectangle.
Welcome back.
Hey everyone. Oh, it feels so good to be back on the Packcast. What number is this?
30.
Wow, 30, the big XXX. We made it, everyone.
Yep.
I'm so proud of us. Look at
Yeah,
us.
me too.
How many episodes did you do without me?
8.
Like 8. Yeah.
Wow, fractionally, that's a lot.
Yeah.
No, you got to catch up. You got to listen to our podcast and see what you missed.
Yeah, I have to. It's time to start binge watching the Packcast, everyone.
Yeah.
Hey, it's me again, Jeremy Van Suarez.
I'm Jacob Wade.
And I'm Logan Riley Brunner.
And this is episode 30. I'm just sitting right back in the host seat, I guess.
Yeah.
Here we are. Looking a little dirty. So I guess, do we have some house cleaning to do?
Haha.
It has been a minute. We're still working on acoustic covers. There's some cool stuff coming soon. We're filming something on Friday for a new project, which is exciting. We're getting some new equipment. That's
right.
Fun. We
Right
might be
after
able
the
to show it off.
podcast.
Yeah. We might be able to show that off after the Packcast. Not after the Packcast. We're getting it after the Packcast. We might be able to show it off next episode.
Maybe.
But yeah, just continuing to trek on with the same projects. Acoustic covers coming together and they sound awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they really do. I'm really excited about all of them.
I'm so proud.
Yeah.
So that's that really.
I had a couple of topics that I wanted to talk to you boys about now that we're all three together again on
let
the
it rip.
Packcast.
Let it rip, Jacob.
Shall we dive in? All right, the first topic that I wanted to talk about was the announcement that Star Wars Visions is coming to Disney Plus September 22nd.
It looks
for
so
those
good.
of you who haven't heard about Star Wars Visions, this series, I don't know if it's a limited series or not, but I'm sorry, Siri is listening to me right now because I said a series.
Oh.
Stop it.
Good night, Siri. We're not talking about you.
Anyway, it will be reimagining the galaxy far, far away from the lens of 7 legendary Japanese anime studios.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that this limited series would be, I guess, 7 episodes, and that each episode would be a different anime studio producing the episode.
Yep.
This is super duper cool. I love the idea of putting these two mediums together, anime and Star Wars, and I think it's going to be super epic. Of the animated Star Wars things in the world right now, which one would you guys say is your favorite?
I'm sorry, I was researching the individual anime studios. Could you repeat the question?
Keep doing
It's okay. You may keep researching. Knowledge is power.
It's true.
Clone Wars is a classic. As always. I've heard
which Clone Wars?
True. The OG animated Clone Wars.
The 2D one?
Yeah.
On Cartoon Network? That was my shit. And that's my favorite one. When it went 3D, I was out.
I like the 3D. And I think Rebels is really good.
Okay. All right. And I also hear that the Bad Batch is good.
I've heard
we
Bad
have
Batch
gotten
is fantastic.
several recommendations for the Bad Batch, and I want to give it a shot. So that's super cool. And yeah, I've seen a couple episodes of Star Wars Rebels as well, and I liked it better than the 3D Clone Wars.
Okay.
Jeremy, do you have any further information? Oh yeah, please.
I mean, just answering the question because I feel like I heard it after the fact. I have to agree. The original Clone Wars was my favorite. It was probably like, now that I think about it, it was probably my first like entrance into Star Wars when I was younger, the Clone Wars, and seeing these cool as hell lightsaber battles about Ventress being so deliciously evil. I have a thing for just characters who like are just like evil for the sake of being evil. And so, yeah, I'd have to say the original Clone Wars as well. Doing a little bit of research into some of these anime studios. I'm even more excited than I was before. We have Kamikaze Doga, who does JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. We have Trigger, who does Kill la Kill and Promare, and Production IG, who did the original Ghost in the Shell. And that's just to name a few. So we do have a few legendary anime studios. We got a few poppin' anime studios. We got a few less known anime studios. I really like this take. Yeah, I really like this take that Disney is doing on Star Wars. And it's not just like 7 standalone episodes. It's like, no, it's like each episode will be a reimagining from the one before it, in terms of both story and visual. So I am so super excited for Star Wars Visions.
I think it's gonna be great.
We'll be watching it day one.
Yes, same. Moving on to my next topic of conversation. I'm pivoting from Star Wars to Marvel, and my next like 4 points are going to be Marvel points. So just hang in there, Marvel.
Well,
fans.
I think it's a good transition way, because Star Wars Visions is almost like Star Wars version of Marvel's What If,
which I heard has been really good.
Yes, I've seen the first 2 episodes. It's good.
I haven't seen anything yet.
I heard episode 2 was like really fantastic.
All right, Marvel news. Lay it on, Miss Jacob.
Marvel news. Okay, so they announced that Elizabeth Olsen is signed on to be the Scarlet Witch, a new movie being directed by the same director as WandaVision, Matt Shakman.
I have theories.
Oh, would you like to get into them?
Are we allowed to spoil things? Because
WandaVision was a year ago.
Yeah, but I'm not just
talking about WandaVision.
Everything. I'm talking about the MCU at large here, people.
Okay, well, if it has to do with Loki,
it's a little too.
You know what? Spoiler cast. Alert! 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 Alert!
Okay, yeah. Let's talk about MCU spoilers.
Okay, so remember when everyone was theorizing about Mephisto being in WandaVision? You know how people are theorizing now that Mephisto is in the new Spider-Man movie?
Is that so? I haven't actually seen that theory.
That is a theory, because Stephen Strange is acting rather strange in this trailer.
He looks like
granted,
this movie's antagonist.
Granted, it is a teaser trailer, and I'm so sure that Disney is hiding stuff from us.
Oh, 100%. They said this is just the beginning.
I think there are fake scenes in the trailer like they did with Endgame.
Yeah, I bet there are. They've been doing that almost like every movie since.
Yep. They did it with
I'm gonna get to Spider-Man No Way Home soon. It's one of the bullet points.
Basically, to wrap up the theory in a nutshell, if Mephisto is in No Way Home, then I think that would be a perfect segue into bringing us into Multiverse of Madness with possibly a Mephisto and Wanda team up. And if shit gets crazy enough, and which we are getting introduced to the Fantastic Four and maybe mutants this phase, then I think that would perfectly lead us into a House of M inspired Scarlet Witch movie in phase 5.
That'd be fun.
All right. Okay.
But after WandaVision, I'm excited we're not just getting a WandaVision season 2, and instead we're getting a Scarlet Witch movie.
The Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
The Scarlet Witch.
They I don't know how you do a second season of WandaVision. I feel like you need just a new medium.
Okay, I don't know about that. I can picture a second season personally, but we'll see.
Scarlet Witch Vision.
Well, because I want to see what happens to this Vision. You know?
Yeah, I do too. They kind of go their own separate ways.
Yeah, they really do.
Yeah.
Ooh, so excited.
What if New Vision is Mephisto?
Whoa! That'd be nuts.
Yeah. In the same lane, I guess, in the same vein, Anthony Mackie has signed on for Captain America 4.
Woo!
Yes. Yeah, I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see the Disney Plus shows like really be a part and like kind of be integral to the MCU and not just like sides.
They're not side stories.
Yeah, I'm both excited about it and a little bit like, oh no, because like this means that not only if you want to get somebody like into Marvel, right, not only do you have to show them the 27 movies, but now you have to show them like 5 different TV shows that are all going to be integral to the plot of more movies in the future. It's like the lore is starting to get a little big, and I get it. It's a huge franchise. My big concern is in like if you want to get your kids into Star Wars, right? You can show them the original 3, and that can be all you show them. Or you can show them the new 3, or you can show them all the movies, or you can show them all the movies and the TV shows. And it's going to expand their experience, but not watching one is not going to take away from the experience of another.
I disagree. I think that if you go on Disney Plus and you click on that Marvel icon, you'll see the way that they break down their content. And you can easily show your kid like any number of orders of their things and have it still be like equally enjoyable, you know?
Yeah, but I feel like they're starting to get
but I see
so
what you're saying.
crossover.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Like if I wanted to show somebody Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, they would have to see Loki and WandaVision and Doctor Strange and both Spider-Man movies.
Theories. These are theories again.
Yeah.
They all do connect.
Based on the casting and on events that have happened in the Disney Plus series, you're gonna need to watch them in order to get Multiverse of Madness.
Will Disney ever own Spider-Man and have Spider-Man on Disney Plus? Is that a thing that's ever going to happen? Because Spider-Man's such an integral part. We're using the word integral a lot today. I like it. Spider-Man is such an integral part of the MCU, and his movies aren't on there. So
I think his stories thus far, like Homecoming, had an impact on the MCU, but not in a way we've seen yet.
You could say the same about Black Widow, though.
You could say
not really
about Black Widow.
something that happened in No Way Home is leading into you're right.
Well, I think it depends
on
it depends on how deep you want to dive. If you I'm sure you could just watch Spider-Man, Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home, and that's a solid Spider-Man story. Yeah. I'm sure you could fit in Infinity War and Endgame and Civil War somewhere in there, and that would be an even greater story. And then if you really want to understand the concept of like No Way Home, then you start watching like Loki and WandaVision. It depends on how deep you want to go, I guess.
But my counterpoint, I don't feel like you can watch Homecoming and No Way Home, and Far From Home, and not watch Endgame.
Yes, you can.
Because how do you understand how he feels after the blip, and this blip that they mention over and over without knowing what the blip is?
Well, the blip isn't in Far From Home.
I thought the blip was right.
Oh, it is.
It is. It's after.
It is.
It's when they come back. I think.
They've just gotten back from the blip, and they talk so much about like the blip.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
But exactly, then it's like, whoa, what's this mysterious event?
Also,
maybe I should go back and watch these other movies.
You will have no idea why he cares so much about Iron Man, and where Iron Man went. If you only watch the Spider-Man movies. But whereas with the Raimi Spider-Man movies, you did just watch Spider-Man 1, 2, 3, and that was the story. There
was no connected universe. I just think that I agree with you that like there are the lore and how to confront that lore is getting a bit convoluted, but I'm excited to see like how that changes people's view of like the MCU, because like we watched it in chronological order of how it came out on the box office. Disney Plus has a whole section of how to watch the MCU in chronological order. Imagine being a little kid and just watching the Spider-Man trilogy and being like, wait, blip, Iron Man, who are these people? And then having all of that to fall back on. It's like it's becoming just as convoluted as like of like comic lore, and that's both a good thing and like a bad thing. And I think it's exciting either way, to be honest.
I think it's super cool. It just adds more barrier to entry, which I think is great for people that are super into the lore and like want to really dive in. It gives them a total opportunity to do that. It just makes it a little harder for people who just want like 1 or 2 movies of this character to like only have that one or two. Go ahead, Jacob.
Although, if you, in the old days, right, if you were reading through the comics, right, you'd have to buy the comic that had the reference, right? And it would just be like 30 cents after 30 cents after 30 cents, buying comic, right? It adds up.
You'd read the arc.
If you want all the lore, but Disney Plus is offering a fixed rate for all of it, right?
Right. Now, instead of paying with your money, you're paying with your time.
Which you were still paying because you had to read those books.
Yeah, but comics are a lot quicker than 8-episode, hour-long TV show.
Unless you don't know how to read.
That's true, yeah.
Okay. I would rather sit on a couch and watch a movie than flip through a book any day.
Fair.
I was gonna say something.
Sometimes it takes me more than 2 hours to read a book. I'm sorry. Maybe not a comic book. Anyway, going on. Let's talk about that Spider-Man No Way Home trailer.
I have to stop watching it because I'm like over theorizing about it at this point.
I'm theorizing a lot.
We're theorizing. I think everyone who's seen it is theorizing heavily.
Yeah.
Heavily.
Heavily.
Shout out Ari and Moyad for the 10th time on this podcast. My goodness, I am proud.
The drones that were yours.
Peter Parker never owned any freaking drones, man. I don't know how he was framed for that one, but we'll see. Oh, we will see. As for what, Jeremy? You look like you were gonna. I'm not protesting.
I'm thinking about it. As to
they
how
were
that
Mysterio's drones for his projections.
They were Tony Stark's drones
That Mysterio had.
borrowed.
Oh, did Tony like leave them to Peter?
Yeah, right.
Anyway.
There are a lot of theories about No Way Home. People are theorizing that the person in the white shirt who slams the documents down on the table right after that drone point is brought up is Matthew Murdock, which is me being like, I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I guess if you are a teenage boy trying to convince someone that you're not Spider-Man, you might as well get a really, really good lawyer, and Daredevil is a really, really good lawyer.
Hell's Kitchen, it makes sense to bring Daredevil into the MCU. Honestly, if the shot in the trailer, that's one of the shots that I think is fake. I think that movement is the same, but I think they shot a different actor there so that people wouldn't know it's Matt Murdock. But the motion and the way that the guy like leans on the table is very Matt. It's very like, I am commanding attention in the room because you don't respect me.
To me, that is like the most reach. Like, it's a dude in a white button up and you can't even see his face, and everyone's like, oh, that's totally how Matthew Murdock would act. And I'm like, is it? I'm not gonna be surprised if it's literally just like, if it's just an extra when that part happens.
But I don't put it past, like, why would Marvel pick that shot? Like,
because Peter's under investigation. Why wouldn't they pick that shot?
What are they showing and why are they showing it?
Anyway, it was a great trailer shot.
It was a great trailer
beautiful.
shot.
I think, I mean, also, hey, Green Goblin, he's coming back. We saw a Goblin Ball. Okay.
What? Like
Doc Ock
coming back. Confirmed at Alfred Molina.
Yeah. Electro's coming back. That's also confirmed.
I saw some yellow lightning-y thing.
Well, Electro was Jamie Foxx was already confirmed to be part of the cast, so they didn't show him, but he's gonna be there.
Right, so Electrode.
Yeah.
And also I saw some sand. Did I see some sand? I think I saw an explosion of sand in there. So
could be Scorpion.
Yeah, true. Is the Sinister Six the big
thing?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
totally.
It's the Sinister Six, and Peter's gonna need some help. I'm pretty sure Peter's gonna need some help. He's all alone and he has no one to relate to except who? Himself in another universe.
Someone pointed out that when Doc Ock shows up in the trailer, Peter is wearing the same thing that Tobey Maguire was wearing in
Spider-Man
3.
The suit.
Wait, what?
His suit. The suit.
Like not the spider suit.
No. Just his like
his
suit.
button-down suit. is the same costume as Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 3.
Interesting.
So, I mean, there's a lot of Easter eggs in this trailer. I can't wait to see the next trailer. I'm not even going to say the movie. I can't wait to see the next trailer.
There's so much to theorize about in this trailer. Why did Doctor Strange just agree to do this spell for him? Why does Doctor Strange still have the Eye of Agamotto? Why are Doctor Strange and Spider-Man fighting? All my questions seem to be Doctor Strange related.
Why is Juan going on vacation?
Because Shang-Chi.
Oh,
It's already in the
right.
trailers.
Sorry, I haven't
Shang-Chi,
seen
man.
it yet. I haven't seen it yet. Hey, boys, can we go to see Shang-Chi?
Absolutely.
Of course, yes.
I mean,
great.
we got our Marvel fix with Black Widow, and then we switched to DC with Suicide Squad, and now we're back to Marvel with Shang-Chi.
Exactly.
Ain't that the truth? All right,
That
last
is the
Marvel
truth.
movie that I want to talk about.
Yeah, and then I want to talk about Suicide Squad.
Sure thing. Is Black Panther: Wakanda Forever coming out very
wait.
soon? And this movie,
How
it
soon?
has-
do you have a date release window?
I can Google it real quick.
Is it Wakanda
next
Forever
year.
a TV show?
No.
No?
It's the movie. It's the sequel, baby.
All right, Wakanda Forever will release July 8th, 2022.
Wow, less than a year away.
And it was just announced that this movie will debut Dominique Thorne into the MCU. So shout out Dominique Thorne for the 5th time on this podcast. You're doing amazing things. We see you and we love you.
Yes.
And she's, of course, playing Riri Williams / Ironheart
Ooh,
before
baby.
she is in
Gets
the
her own
Ironheart series.
show.
So claps to you. We love you.
I cannot be more excited to see Dominique Thorne on any sort of screen, to be honest.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yes. And that's all from Jacob this week. Thank you.
Any
Beautiful
topics,
job, beautiful
Jeremy?
job.
Because other than that, I was just going to talk about the awesome movie we saw.
No, let's talk about Suicide
talk-
Squad.
it was-
Yeah,
Suicide
funny.
Squad.
yeah, let's talk about Black Widow. Oh,
No, The Suicide Squad was a funny movie.
Yeah.
it really was.
I
It
saw
was-
it for a second time at home when I came back from the theater, and I liked it, I think, better.
It's amazing what happens when DC lets directors direct the movies they want to direct.
Huh.
I think with Joker and Suicide Squad, DC is learning a very valuable lesson in that.
And the Snyder Cut.
And the Snyder Cut, and maybe going forward, they'll just be like, you know what, we don't need a whole cinematic universe. We'll just keep doing variations of different stories.
Thank you.
And
you
honestly,
know?
the Suicide Squad, as much as it is a reboot, does feel like a sequel.
Oh yeah, because there's character relations that are carrying over from
Yeah.
the last movie.
Mhm.
And there's just so much like for such a huge cast, and for everyone to like have like a moment where you realize that they're not just like a DC character, but like an actual human being underneath inside too, was like really incredible. I like the personification of people more in this movie than like the character study that was like Joker.
That's my problem with a lot of DCs. A lot of DC is about heroes. It's not about humans. Whereas I think Marvel tends to stick a lot more with humanity and like humans who have superpowers and not superheroes who are humans. Because a lot of them aren't humans. Like Diana's an Amazon and Clark is a Kryptonian and the Lanterns are all their own like group of aliens. And anyway, I loved Suicide Squad. I thought that it really did its job really well. Everyone had an opportunity to really shine.
Yeah.
John Cena as like, I always find it surprising when wrestlers are able to really do that transition to performing. And I think that The Rock and Batista have both taken this route of being like movie stars, of like big dudes who can do cool things. And Batista's kind of moved into comedy a little bit, and he's good at it. He's
Kinda. Yeah, he's
super,
in comedy.
Yeah. The Rock tends to stick with movie star stuff, but like this
He's
from
comedy too. He started comedy. Get Smart,
The
Tooth
pacifier.
he started
Oh, no,
he started
It's
Scorpion
Vin Diesel.
King. He
Okay.
started Scorpion King. Then he went
Which,
comedy.
and it's
then
right,
went
is its own comedy.
true. But I don't know. I thought John Cena gave a like good actor performance in this, and seeing him in like other projects, I've really dug him in. Idris Elba's amazing.
Of course.
I really
Viola
like
Davis.
Viola Davis killed it.
Fantastic.
And Margot Robbie is the best Harley Quinn since Tara Strong. And I want to watch her be Harley Quinn all the time. And she wants to play the character forever. So let's keep going. I'm so okay with it. I'm so okay with it. She was so fun. She brought such a new life to Harley. To see that character really get like a revolution recently of like going from Joker's plaything to like her own fully fleshed out, developed character.
Yes.
Who has her own flaws and her own like insecurities and insanities is so fun. I love it.
Shout out Polka Dot Man. Oh,
shout out Ratcatcher 2. Shout
out Ratcatcher 2. Shout out Shark King. Shout out Milton.
Shout out every actor whose character died in this movie.
There are quite a few.
There are quite a few. Yeah. And shout out Weasel.
Shout out Weasel, man.
You're nasty.
You're nasty.
Yeah. Great guys.
Well, yeah. Come on, DC. Nice. Keep it up. Stop trying to connect your universes. Stop trying to be Marvel. Just do your own thing, please.
And it's really interesting to me, we talked a lot about cancel culture while Jeremy was gone, Jacob, that the reason we got this really fun, really exciting movie is because a bunch of people tried to cancel James Gunn. And he got fired from Guardians of the Galaxy, and DC hired him on to make a movie. And then he got hired back to Guardians of the Galaxy, but he still had to finish this movie. And so we got this really fun movie. So I just find that that's interesting, the way that like dominoes fall.
Yeah. It is interesting. Yeah.
Speaking of movies that we liked, that we saw recently, content that we're consuming. Jeremy, you've been gone for quite some time. So what have you consumed the last 2 months?
Well, I can barely remember what happened. Anyway, I can tell you what I'm consuming now. I'm playing Neo: The World Ends With You, long-awaited sequel to a DS game that I love so much. I'm playing Resident Evil Village. I'm playing Scarlet Nexus. I just started playing Prey. I'm still playing Apex Legends. I just finished reading the first Dune book. I'm now reading the second Dune book. I'm listening to Willow Smith's latest album, to Billie Eilish's latest album, to Disclosure's latest album, to Doja Cat's latest album. I'm looking through my library to see more. Jeez. I'm listening to the new James Blake. I'm listening to the new Jaden. I'm listening to the new The Weeknd. I'm listening to the new Tinashe. I'm listening to the new Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga. My list is going to be so long, and I don't care. I'm having a great time catching up on so much content that I missed over the last 2 months.
Jeremy's recommendation post is just going to be like a huge collage, looking like a tiny like tile.
I'm really enjoying like listening to like the Today's Hits playlist on Apple Music, just to be like, this is where music is nowadays. There's some good stuff that I missed out on. Yeah. Just having fun, catching up.
Love it. Nice. Jacob, you want to go
next? Who's next?
I'll go next. I'm keeping it simple. I just started watching I Think You Should Leave with Tim Robinson. So bleeping funny.
Very
this
good
guy,
humor,
yeah. Well, here's the thing is that for me, it's very hit or miss. Like every other sketch is hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like exactly 50-50 hit and miss. So I'm just it's fine. It's but I'm really enjoying the bits that hit because they are hilarious.
Hitting.
Like do I have abs? Because I've been laughing so hard my stomach hurts. And yep, also listening to that new Jaden. Good stuff.
Yes, summer.
It's summer. Yeah, other than that, just what we've been talking about really. I saw the Suicide Squad, I saw Black Widow, both excellent. So
solid movies.
Logan?
I saw the Suicide Squad, which we've talked about. It was great. I have been watching. I started the first season of the Netflix series Daredevil with my mom.
Throwback.
throwback, because I haven't seen the whole thing. And you know, Charlie Cox is awesome. And I love Deborah Ann Wool. I love the whole cast of that show. They're really good.
It's probably the best.
I watched this Netflix series
Marvel
called
Netflix show.
this Netflix series called Bake Squad, which is kind of a mix of like Chopped, but with bakers, but they get like a task, right? So like every week, these 4 cake designers or like chocolatiers come together, and it's like, all right, you have to make something for a 15-year-old and an 8-year-old's birthday party. They're having a combined party. You got to make something both of them will like. And at the end of the week, the mom will pick which one she wants. And so like, It's kind of cool to see them put the whole thing together. I might watch more, but just if you're into baking, I know Great British Baking Show has been on a bit of a hiatus right now.
Oh, so it's like the Great American Baking Show.
Yeah, but it's not really a competition. It's more just like whoever wins every week is like, yay, they won, but we all made cool stuff. So it feels
prize.
It feels very creative rather than competitive.
Your prize is that your food gets eaten as opposed to getting
your
thrown
prize
in the
is
trash.
you get to make it again because we've tasted the whole thing and now you have to make the whole thing again for the actual party.
Hope it's as good as the first one.
Hope you don't mess it up. The first week someone made a like chocolate dragon egg with like dragon arms and like a dragon eye coming out of it, and when you cracked it open there was like cake and like chocolate inside, and it's super cool. I've also been watching, and I didn't bring this up during the topics section because I know neither of you are as into this as I am. I've been watching AEW Dynamite and Rampage, which recently saw the return of CM Punk to the wrestling world.
I know CM Punk's existence. That was a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's the first time that he's been in a wrestling ring in 8 years, and the first time that he's been passionate about wrestling in 16. So excited that he's back and excited to see what happens with AEW because I really like the world of professional wrestling. Other than that, I've been playing Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Syndicate's great. I want to play Syndicate now.
Feels like they're trying to do a bunch of Spider-Man mechanics, and I'm kind of cool with it, with like the grappling hook to rooftops, and like that's super fun and super over the top. And I'm just like, this is ridiculous, but this is so cool. Apex Legends got to Platinum 3, so still trying to work my way up the ranks. I re-downloaded Dead by Daylight and played a little bit of that. I got a bunch of stuff from the Stranger Things pack because it's leaving the store because they're losing their license. Played a little bit of Fall Guys this week, which is still just like a fun little
throwback.
I've almost done with Rayman Legends, which I ended up liking a lot more than I expected to. Just like a fun platform game that like when I really get into the rhythm of it can be super soothing and relaxing to just like, oh wow, I understand the rhythm. I get what I'm now. It's not like hop. It's like jump, skip, move, run, and it's fun. I like it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I've been watching. Ted Lasso, the one of, if not my favorite show on television right now. I watched the latest episode twice in the day since it's been out because it's so incredibly good, and the new episode comes out tonight at midnight, and I'll probably watch it then because I love that show. It brings me so much joy. The cast is just brilliant. If you haven't seen Ted Lasso, that's the one show. I think Apple TV is worth the price of membership for that show alone, and so you get a lot of other shows with it. So I think get Apple TV Plus for Ted Lasso and then just watch like Servant and Lacey's Story and Morning Show and all the other incredible things they have to offer. New trailer for Morning Show came out recently. That looks really, really good. Oh, I saw a play. My friends Amanda Whiteley directed and my friend Mark Ashen acted as Mercutio in a production of Romeo and Juliet at House of the Redeemer on 95th Street. They just closed, so you can't see it anymore, unfortunately. But I wanted to shout them out because live theater, in person, outdoors, so amazing. House of the Redeemer, I'm going to mention again on the podcast because I would not be surprised if within the year we are doing a show there. So it's a really nice space, and I would love to get to do
that out there, baby.
Putting it into the universe. You heard it here first on Packcast 30. That's what I'm consuming.
Dope. So,
wow, I have a full belly right now.
Me too. That was really satisfying, guys.
That was wow.
Super satisfying.
We're back.
We're back, baby. Back in the New York groove.
Amazing. Yeah, I can't wait till we have like a podcast set
Yeah, that'll be great. I mean, we're doing our first in-person video on Friday. So yeah.
Can't wait.
Wow.
That's tomorrow for us.
Yeah.
Yes, it's true. We're
And it's
recording this
4
on
days
Thursday.
ago for all of you
Just to give you guys a sense of
where
the
we're at.
turnaround speed. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little end of podcast cleanup.
We love you.
Well, yeah, thanks for checking it out. Like this, comment on it, share it. What do you want us to talk about? Do you have
Have you
anything
subscribed to us yet?
Have you? You should maybe check that button wherever it is on the screen. I'm Jeremy Van Suarez.
I'm Jacob Wade.
And I am Logan Riley Brunner.
Let me bid you adieu.
Mwah.
Bye.